Okay, just a quick tour of the boat shed. This is Wednesday, December 18 or 17, 2014. It's been a long time since we've had an update here. We've gotten a number of things accomplished at the moment, and this is sort of an update on where we're at, where things are standing now. Getting close to getting the boat out, as you'll see in a minute here. Also a test of some new equipment here for our video. Lighting might not be the best. Anyway, right here we've got one of our rudders that I've crafted out of foil and fiberglass and resin, and it's currently got a layer of cling film around it, and it's inside a mold that is made out of a simple plywood box that's been filled with sandcrete. Now the sandcrete is just loose, we're just using it temporarily, and then it will go into a 55-gallon drum where it will help hold together a bunch of other cement that's going to be a counterweight for Hinomoto or a tractor. Now at the moment what's happening is that we're getting prepared for some casting, and we're going to be casting a frame sleeve that will go over the foil on both sides. There's a cutout here within the mold so that we can have a fair representation of the shape. And the sleeve is to hold this. It's a control sleeve. And these sticks here are place keepers that will be in lieu of some other wood that will be cut to help adjust the sleeve for squeeze tension, because it should squeeze the foil adequately to resist water pressure against the foil. The foil itself is 100-pound spider foam, so it's basically a surfboard, and it wants to shoot up out of the water. It could actually hold a human and help them survive in warm waters, not around here. And it's going to have a control sleeve that's about 15 inches in size that we're going to cast out of carbon fiber and fiberglass and some other fibers starting tomorrow. And we have a number of them to cast. We have to make 2 control sleeves, and we have to make a Bruce foil sleeve here for those foils. And so that's the current set of work here. Once that's done, then we can take these all together with the boat and start doing our rigging, because the rigging is intimately involved with how the rudders are to work. So here is where we're at now. A bunch of crap on the boat, but that's just the way it always is. You're always using it for stuff. As you can see, we've got our hatches installed. Number of interesting hatches for watertight connections here, because we're going to get a lot of spray, no question about that. And for our holds, and we have our Lexan covers on. This one had to be recut. We had to cut a new one there. The bend was just ever so slightly different off the combing than off the original, and so we'll shape the corner and stuff. As you can see, we're painted, finishing up the painting here now, and we've got our metallic hatches installed so that for flow control, we expect a lot of spray to come up this way, but we also need airflow. And a view inside our pod with some hatches. We have to fix these. We had originally a different size. These have to be shaped ever so slightly to allow that hatch to, or that window actually, it's a port window, to settle in. And then everything else is in place, and we're cutting trim, cutting bolts, fixing up the various aspects of the sealant work through our port lights, and we're getting ready to stick our stove in here, which is a Dickinson diesel stove, and it'll vent out through here near that hatch. And then we've got the radio and stuff to install, putting in hatches and all of that kind of stuff. As you can see, our hatches these are escape hatches. We have these all over. All of our plexiglass is drilled out and ready to be sealed and then reseated. Quite tedious. Now this right here, this stick that we see here, this is one of our innovations. This is one of my innovations. We can't blame Kale for any of this crap. This is a traveler rail, and it's It's made out of a laminated, it's basically a glue-lam beam with fiberglass sleeves, 2 of them, and then a fair amount of resin on it. And it runs the entire length of the boat in a specific arc. And it's going to carry this metal track. Sorry for the mess. We keep having to shove things around just to be able to get at stuff. Like, so for instance, I got to clean off and use our trampoline material here fairly quick. So it's, shift one thing to get at the others. Let me see if I can get a piece out or not. Anyway, it's a metallic track that holds a cart. I'm not going to be able to get it out without shifting that. I don't want to do that, guys. Not at this point. Anyway, hatches in place. Boat shed in miserable condition as usual. Getting ready though, there's our door, our main hatch. It's going to open up like a DeLorean right here and provide us with a rain shelter. It rains around here quite a bit, in case no one's told you. We're up here in the northwest of the North American continent, where rain's quite typical. And also, if I ever get around to building the additional tent that can make this into a camping boat, then it allows heat to come out from the very powerful heater, which is also has a cooktop, but allows that right there to heat a tent that would potentially fill the 20 by 20 foot area of the exposed deck. So it can be quite large in terms of giving you plenty of room there. Anyway, so the rub rail, the traveler rail, carries our traveler. And we have I have some Hawken gear here. Harken traveler. And what's actually going to happen here is this rail, steel rail, is going to be fixed to this. This will be out from the boat a bit and supported by some supports we have yet to make at a particular angle relative to the carbon fiber mast, which is that fellow up there that has yet to be assembled into its holder and measured out and all this stuff. But none of that can happen in here because we're too short. So we got to get the boat sealed up, and then we can take it outside and do all of this once we get it onto the trailer. In any event, though, this will be out proud from the boat number of inches, and it will allow a good sweep of the boom in the yard when brailed up, because we're using an advanced crab claw system of my own design. And it'll be affixed to a traveler that will be rope controlled, so we'll be able to pull the thing back and forth. Hopefully, but we have to make it all work. I mean, that's the plan, but fairly rapidly, so we'll be able to do some fairly fast shunting, which, we'll see, guys. It's all work in progress here. And so tomorrow, we're going to make a little video for some guys who actually care about how to do this multi-layer composite sand-backed casting for control sleeves. And our control sleeves at this point, I haven't really fixed on which method to control them, but I'm figuring on an anterior control string or rope that will haul it out. And so that'll be our control mechanism, will be ropes affixed to the beam. So it'll be nice and simple. A couple of pintles up there attached to some hardwood that'll be part of our squeeze mechanism, and we should be good to go. I've actually used that on the Umiak, that same approach to good effect, although of course the Umiak is a far lighter boat, so I had to beef everything up for handling the forces that'll be involved in this guy. Quite the challenge. Anyway, just as I say, a quick video to update you where we're at with the Proa and get us accustomed to using some of our new hacks on our GoPros. So thanks much for watching. I'll try and do an edit job that won't make you puke from the motion. And stay tuned for this channel for more weird ass shit from the boat shed. Bye.